Enjoy the show, the Van Wezel way. Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Curtain Call Conversations, the Van Wezel's way of letting you in on what happens backstage and behind the scenes at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. My name is Justin Gomlak, and I'm the Director of Education and Community Engagement, and I am here with a friend of mine and a colleague from down the road, Caroline Saldivar, who is with us from Florida Studio Theater. Caroline, hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Tell our folks what you have a very specific role there that is that's really unique in our ecosystem of arts organizations.
Yes. So my role is the director of children's theater, and I oversee anytime an adult performs for a child at Florida Studio Theater. So that would be anyone under the age of 18. If there's an adult on stage performing for them, that's under my umbrella. And then we have an amazing director of education. Her name is Rachel Moulton. She's also an associate artist, and she oversees all of our education programming where children and adults come to take classes at Florida Studio Theater.
Yeah, because there's an interesting overlap there because you serve children,
Yes.
but you're not necessarily in the business of educating them specifically, because it's more about you're creating theater for young audiences, right?
I'm creating theater for young audiences and then running the Write a Play program. So that's where the education component comes in with what I do. We work with children in our school system here and across the globe to teach them how to write plays, and then they send us their plays, and part of my job is helping to vet those plays and then direct the plays that we select as winners every year, which is running right now. At Florida Studio Theater, it's called The Pirate Ship and the Sea Monster and Other Winning Plays, and getting to celebrate their work and bring their creativity to the stage with professional actors.
So you are much more. Most of your role is as a creative, as someone who curates,
Creative and producing, yep.
it produces and directs and hires the actors and all of
that, yep.
Which really is there is not a lot of original theater for young audiences that's created, despite all of these amazing arts organizations we have here. There isn't a lot of that's done in our community.
Yes,
So,
and I do that every season for thousands and thousands of children and families, and it's really a gift to get to give that to our community, and it's a labor of love. It's not easy to create all new material. Not everything is brand new every year, but we do a lot of new material and new play development. And when you're bringing to life plays that were written in this school year, people ask me in August, what's gonna be in The Pirate Ship and the Sea Monster? They're winning plays. And I said, well, there will be other winning plays, but they literally haven't been written yet. The children have not gotten the idea out of their head and put it on the page, so I can't tell you until I read them.
So the Write a Play program that you run is written by, is it nationwide, or is it just kids that are local?
It's worldwide. We partner with our sister cities organization to partner with sister cities across the globe.
Wow.
But our main focus is our Sarasota and Manatee school districts. And then we do partner with some other schools in Florida as well. But most of the plays, so this year we have 10 plays plus The Pirate Ship and the Sea Monster. So Pirate Ship and the Sea Monster was one of our winning plays last year. So we have 11 plays in total, and one of them is from Camden, New Jersey. But all of the rest in the elementary category are from our local area, Sarasota and Manatee. And then we just selected our 7-Up winners, so I don't want to misspeak on those, but we do have some of those coming from out of state. And I think we even have one winner this year coming to us from Scotland, our sister city in Scotland.
Oh, cool. That Sister Cities program is really awesome. I don't think enough people know about it.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool. I didn't know about that till I moved here 10 years ago.
That's awesome. I actually visited one of our sister cities in Mexico, Merida. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, Merida. It's our sister city.
And it was I didn't even know that it was a sister. I was going to Merida to see that, because it's a super cool city. And then I discovered, I was like, oh, wait a second. It's a sister city to Sarasota. That's
yes.
So wild. So but the kids write these plays, right?
Yes, they're written by children. We have a kindergarten through sixth grade that we call our under six category, and then we have a seven up category, seven through 12th graders. But the focus of the program is really that elementary school level, and they throughout the whole school year there's multiple times they come and see a play in the fall with us, or we take a play to them if they can't get to us, and then they see another show called the Playmakers that performs plays that have won the festival in the past. Then they improvise plays live on stage with their ideas, and they get those kids writing, and then we read their plays and we produce them in the spring. So it's a whole school year of plays and playwriting, and hopefully getting them excited about writing and sharing their imaginations and ideas, because children have incredible things to offer our art form right now. They don't need to wait till they're grown-ups to do this. They can do it right now.
I always say that, like, because I was an elementary school teacher for a long time before I moved down here, and the creativity that's in kids is unbounded. And if you just
Yep.
let them do what they do, it is like cr- childhood is naturally creative and generative. So
Yes.
it's like it's just such a it's I love that you are harnessing that, because I think it's too often we try to like make kids in our adult image, and that's like, no, just
No.
let them be, let them do,
If
right?
anything, we could make our adult selves a little bit more in their image, and the world might be a little bit better, because
Wouldn't you think so?
they always seem to find a lesson to teach or a moral to learn in their storytelling. And we have a great play this year called The Monster Who Got a Second Chance, which is about a monster that just keeps scaring people and learns to be nice and helpful. And there's all sorts of great morals that they teach in their plays. And I don't know, just watching children play. I have two children of my own, by the way, so that is also eye-opening too, to see how their little imaginations take on the world and the questions they ask. And
Oh,
um,
never a dull
it's
moment,
just
right?
it's never a dull moment.
Children
No,
in your life.
yeah.
Do you do like? Do they ever do like book adaptations? No. Like, if this is like just
The children don't usually. Our fall show is usually an adaptation of a popular story. So we do fairy tales a lot of the time, but we've done Charlotte's Web. Last year we did Junie B. Jones. So we want it to be a story that the kids know, but that is truly theatrical, right? That is something so different than what you could watch on your television or tablet, that it has to be a truly theatrical experience. So be it a musical like Junie B, or our Charlotte's Web, we partnered with the circus and we had a full Spanish web. So Charlotte spun and did a full Spanish web act on the Keating stage, which is very intimate. It's less than 200 seats in there. So the kids were right up in it, seeing that circus work as we were telling the story.
wow. That's see. I always love hearing about the various things, because we're all very busy in our
Yeah,
organization.
we can't see it all.
We can't see it all, and that we can't possibly know what each other are doing at all. So like to hear that, it's like, oh yeah, this is there's amazing things that happen in this town, in this arts community, right?
We
Um,
have an embarrassment of riches.
that's I use that word all the time. I say that all the Well, for those of you who are watching this at home, you will notice that both Caroline and I have had costume slash glasses slash location change, because we were recording the previous the previous version. We ran into some technical difficulties, and so now we're on a different day. We are continuing our conversation about the wonderful work that we're doing together. Welcome back, Caroline, even though you were just here, but welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Caroline, can you let's talk a little bit about this really exciting project that our two organizations plus the Oslo Theater, that we're the three of us doing together for the upcoming Suncoast Remake Learning Days.
Yes, so we are partnering for a backstage Sarasota trolley tour
Da, 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 da.
as a part of our Remake Learning Days, which is a really wonderful thing that happens here in the Sarasota area. It's a few weeks where we focus on children and families in our community and offer free events. So this is a completely free event. And to my knowledge, this is the first time all three of us have come together, our education and children's theater and outreach departments, to make this kind of event happen.
And
Um,
if I can pause you there for 1 second, no small task. That our three incredible organizations are coming together in service of one united event. It's not because we don't like each other. It's not because we don't play well in the sandbox together, but we just have three different organizations that have three different missions and three very, and we're busy. Each organization is busy doing the things that they're doing, right?
Yes.
Here is a chance for the three of the most iconic Sarasota theaters to come together in this united front. Please continue.
Yeah, for sure. It took many hours of planning just to select a date, which just do me a favor and check our calendar. What date is this? So that I'll speak about what it is, but what is the date? I know it starts at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, but I want to get it right.
It's Saturday, April 18th.
Great. So, folks, it's Saturday, April 18th, starting at 10 a.m. You'll be able to hop on the trolley at the Van Wezel, which will take you up to the Oslo to start your experience. So the historic Oslo Theater, you'll be able to go in and go backstage of the production of Fiddler on the Roof. You'll see some of the fantastic costumes that are appearing in that production, as well as see just the incredible theater and meet with their wonderful education team. Then you'll hop back on the trolley and take a trip down to Florida Studio Theater, where I will be here with my team in Bounds Lab to show you some of the best plays written by children in our community this school year in our Write a Play program. So you'll see those plays performed by professional actors here at Florida Studio Theater. You won't see all of them.
We were just talking about in the previous segment. We're talking about that amazing program. So if you're participating in this backstage tour, you'll be able to see the
Yep.
the results of.
You'll get a little sneak peek. So you'll see about 4 plays of the 10 that we have this year. So we'll show you 4 of those and give everyone a chance to talk to the actors and the director and ask questions, because that's so important for kids, is to ask how and why. And something that we're really proud of at Florida Studio Theater is we never say, oh, it's magic. Oh, it just happens. We always explain, oh, there's a technician that does this. There's a designer who does that. Because there's so many things beyond the people you see on stage, and so many roles in the American theater that are necessary and needed just to have the experience that you have on any given day. And then they'll hop back. Oh, go ahead.
It is interesting because a lot of people think, when you think theater, you immediately go to the actors on the stage, and that's most people. So from an audience's perspective, that's what you see. But what you don't see is so many different, like, specialized jobs.
Yes.
People who have full-time jobs that probably pay more than the actors, by the way. But jobs in the theater, in this colorful world in which we all live.
Yes. I'm super passionate about, let's dispel the starving artist myth. We are not all starving artists, especially in Sarasota, who really values the arts as a community. We have thriving arts positions. But so the last part, which is super fun, you'll get back on the trolley and go up to Justin at the Van Wezel, where you all are doing a movement workshop, right? So tell us about what the movement workshop will look like.
Yeah, so we're going to be most of the time when people come to the Van Wezel, they sit in the seats and they see the show. We're actually going to be in our grand foyer. We're going to turn our grand foyer into a dance studio, and with that beautiful view of the bay behind you. And you're going to do a little dance with me. And the point of the dance will be to get both parents, caregivers, and kids all together, participating and moving and making some art. So you'll see the backstage at the Oslo, you'll see on stage at FST, and then you'll do some art making yourself at the Van Wezel. So and then at the end,
everyone's favorite,
you get rewarded with ice cream.
A little ice cream social. So we'll be giving away ice cream as a sweet treat, because it'll probably be warm that day. So by the time we get outside and after dancing, we'll want something to cool down.
Sweat. We're going to work up a sweat. You're going to need to replenish those calories.
For sure. So that's the day in a nutshell. Of course, you don't have to ride the trolley. You can drive yourself, but the trolley just sounds so fun. We thought that would be an extra special way to get around as a family, to get to do all 3 elements in one morning. You'll wrap it up by lunchtime. You can go have lunch somewhere in our downtown area or head home for nap time, for those of you that have tiny nappers like me. Uh,
Make a whole half day of it. Right?
exactly. It'll be a great outing, and we hope to see folks there.
Well, I'm so excited. Uh, yes, for the event because I think it's going to be great and such an interesting look at various aspects of all three of our organizations. But also this whole process for us of putting this together. I'm really proud of us,
Me
and
too.
I'm proud of the I'm thrilled for the opportunity. Thank you to the Patterson Foundation, which is the sponsor for Suncoast Remake Learning Days, and it's through their generosity and their support of these of all three of our organizations that we're able to put this on for free for anyone who would like. You can find the information about this on the web at the Suncoast Remake Learning Days website. Um, and we're gonna maybe put in the we're gonna scroll below a web page that you can check out. But or just do a Google search for Suncoast Remake Learning Days, and you're going to find hundreds of free, family-oriented, a huge wide variety of things available during the last 2 weeks of April. So and hopefully you will choose our event as well.
Yes, please do. Because while we have different missions, all of us can get behind the idea of families experiencing art together in very many ways and at many different organizations.
Love it. So, Caroline, we always have a fun segment as part of this podcast, and today we're going to be doing a little game called Keep Trash Swap.
Keep trash swap, okay?
So, uh, I'm gonna throw out a, a musical, and then we're gonna talk about whether we would keep it, which means mount it as is. It's a fabulous show. Want to see it in its purest form. Whether we trash it, this is not really not my flavor. I don't want anything to do with this show. Or swap, which would mean we're going to reimagine it. Like it would. I'd love to see this show done, in a different setting or with a different point of view or some sort of reimagining.
Great.
So I've got a few, and then if we'll just see where this conversation goes.
Okay.
Caroline, you know a thing or two about a musical, right?
I do. Yes, I love a musical.
So I'm going to throw out the very first one, which is Ragtime.
Oh my gosh, Ragtime. Okay, Ragtime is a keep for me. I think it's been reimagined a few different times now. But my gosh, the current version looks incredible on Broadway. I think that the story is so beautiful. The music, Flaherty and Aaron's did such a gorgeous score. It's a keep, 100% keep, keep, keep.
I have to
What about
say,
you?
I completely agree. I would not change. I actually wouldn't change a thing about it. I think it is a piece of perfection, and they are doing a fairly straightforward version on Broadway right now, which is catching all the flowers. And I have not seen it yet, but I'm hoping to get a ticket for it this summer when I go up to New York. So I totally agree with you. Ragtime, huge, fabulous. Okay, let's go somewhere a little more traditional, and let's put out Hello Dolly. How do we feel about Hello Dolly?
Oh my gosh, I'm between keep or swap on Hello Dolly. I feel like we've seen so much Dolly over, and maybe it's because I've seen every high school production and every regional production because I do love Hello Dolly. And I'm trying to think like, could I think of a way to reimagine it? Um,
I guess you could update it to a different like time frame, I guess. But the whole point of Hello Dolly is that like she walks in that like what is that empire wasted like red thing with all the feathers and like the she walks in and
yep. Okay, so here's my swap for Hello Dolly.
okay, yeah.
Um, and Okay, so there have been a few senior versions of shows. So maybe you've heard of like Broadway junior shows, but now there's Broadway senior shows. And
Are
I
they?
think a show of an entire cast where everyone is over the age of 55 for Hello Dolly, the waiters, Barnaby, for everybody is over 55. I'm here for it. I
I
would
will.
like Dolly to ideally be over 80 and just be fabulous. Carol
I,
Channing did it well into her golden years, so why couldn't everyone?
I love that the idea of the Waiters Gallop with a bunch of grandpas,
Yep, I'm here for it.
and I include myself in that age bracket. I'm not very far away from being in the senior version, so you don't have to be necessarily an old acting grandpa, but
Right.
that would be hilarious. Oh
And
my,
great, right? I think that the show being about love and matchmaking and all of that, getting to see people well in their life playing these characters who are early in their lives and discovering love, I just think would be beautiful. So that's my swap.
that is awesome. I love it. I'm totally here for it. Hello Dolly as an all senior production.
Hello Dolly Senior. Yep.
Hello Dolly Senior. Perfect. Okay. How about this one? Wizard of Oz.
Keep. Don't change a thing. I don't even want to remount it. Let's just leave it exactly as it was on film and never touch it. It was so perfect. Okay, so that was like one of my childhood favorites. So I can't imagine. I don't think you top Judy Garland. Like,
You
I
did.
wouldn't want oh my gosh, just how daunting of a task to have to be the teenager that's Dorothy, right? Just I love it on screen especially. I wanted to see it out in Vegas where they were doing it in that like
Oh,
three-dimensional, what do they call that thing?
and the globe, that globe
Globe.
thing. What's it?
Yeah, how cool would that be? But just that original Technicolor perfection. I mean, Wicked has done such a great job of bringing back life to Wizard of Oz, but no, I
Well,
have no desire to remount it.
and that really is kind of Wicked is the kind of the swap reimagining
Yeah.
version. Also, The Wiz.
Yes,
Um,
the list is incredible.
with a little plug for next season, it is coming to the Van Wezel stage next season. But The Wiz is sort of like a reimagining of the music, primarily the music. The story is very similar, but the music of uh, very much a what do you call like an R&B um, bluesy jazzy version of the show.
Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm I would agree. You're a Wizard of Oz purist, and I respect that. I respect that. I am going to speak about this next one
Okay, go.
because I am obsessed with this show. It's the show is called Mame. Not everybody knows it because it's not one of the tried and true ones, but it's a Jerry Herman musical from 1961, I think. Um, it is. It definitely needs a little bit of reimagining because one of the reasons it's not done very often is because the whole title number is Mame going back to the plantation that is owned by her beau at the time of the time, and they all are welcoming her to the plantation, and it needs to be
I think you're telling me you want to do a swap on this, right? You want to reimagine it.
we gotta reimagine it,
Yes.
but everybody knows the song "We Need a Little Christmas." It came from Mame. Most people don't know that, and the show is just it's such great music. It's an incredible score. It's got a really based on Auntie Mame, so it's got a really wonderful story of self discovery and the sort of the arc of the journey of this aunt's existence in the life of her nephew, really. So it's, but the music is so good. The dance numbers are amazing. We just have to reimagine that title number at the end of Act One. You,
Yes. Agreed. The story is great. The music is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. But we've got to update that, bring it into modern day.
yeah, or at least take it off the plantation
For
because
sure. Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
we're not we're not here to propagate that. No.
Nope.
All right, the last one. This one is Jersey Boys.
Okay, we just did this Florida Studio Theater last season. I think it is an incredible show. It is a keep for me. I don't think it needs reimagining. I
Agreed.
think that what was so surprising about that show for me was how hard hitting it actually is and how much challenge there was in their lives. I think you can hear it. I think like, oh, it's a jukebox musical, la la la. Which hey, I love a jukebox musical, don't get me wrong. But it has a lot of depth and the lives of both the men and the women in that story are fraught with a lot of conflict and challenge. And being an artist and being a recording artist certainly is a challenging road to hoe. So I think
I
the show's
it's a I was so surprised because it's not I'm not the audience really for the Jersey Boys. I don't that music is not part of my it was before my time that music. Um and I was stunned when I went to see it how A, entertaining it was, B, how much I enjoyed that music, and C, how smart the storytelling was as far as like it kind of really letting, like you were saying, letting you in on the challenges and the difficulties that this really famous singing group had. I loved the show, and I think
Yep.
I agree. She's a keeper all the way.
We're in agreement on all of these, Justin. Look at that.
I mean, of course we are. We have impeccable taste, you and I. So listen, Caroline. Our time is upon us. That's our time is nigh. But I want to thank you for coming on to our little podcast here. It is small and mighty and growing. And with the help of you all out there listening, please like and subscribe to us. And and also, so I'm going to say. Caroline, I'm going to give you a chance to tell people how they can find you more and the work that you're doing. But if you're looking for information about the Van Wezel, we are at Van Wezel PAH on all our platforms, as well at Van Wezel EDU if you're interested in things that we're doing in the education and engagement department. And what about you, Caroline?
You can visit us at floridastudiotheater.org, or for most of the stuff that I'm doing, check us out at FST School on Instagram and TikTok, and visit our website to purchase tickets to The Pirate Ship and the Sea Monster and other winning plays if you'd like to come see all of the plays written by children in our community this year.
When is the run when is the
We
run
are
of that?
running right now, so every single weekend now up through May 10th. Come on down. Would
Now
be
through
happy to
May
have you.
10th. You heard it here first, second, and third.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a child. You can just be a child at heart who wants to see this fabulous creativity.
Love it. Caroline, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for listening. And we will catch you on the flip side. Take care.
Bye, folks.
Bye.